Design thinking.
Design thinking.
Design thinking.
Design thinking.
So I have not heard of design thinking.
I haven't heard that expression before.
I mentioned it to my girlfriend, and she definitely heard of it, but I honestly hadn't.
Action.
Action, exactly.
What happened was, after I got tenure, I found that I was out there in the university team teaching with different professors. So I taught with an art professor, I taught with a computer science professor, I taught with a business school professor, and I found those classes to be fascinating, right? Because they would bring their students and I would bring my students, and we'd form a class, right?
And that kind of multidisciplinarity really provides an interesting opportunity to solve problems that don't fit neatly in any one discipline. So we're looking at problems around global poverty, we're looking at the financial services.
Save lives, or we're working on the solar car, who's going to save energy. We take them through this kind of step-by-step process where they start to be mindful. Oh, that's how I did it. Oh, that's where I synthesized ideas. Oh, that's where I built prototypes and showed them to other people.
My definition of design thinking is applying the methodologies and approaches of design and designers to a broader set of issues and problems in business and society. In fact, if you can go back and look at design writers from many years ago, and you'll find the term being used in various contexts. But I think in terms of currently where it came from, for me anyway, was really at Stanford originally, and I think.
Design is the act of seeing something that we want to be better, and then the activity of making it better. It usually starts by someone seeing a problem, but it's up to that first conversation to begin questioning, does the problem as stated represent the problem that we should observe? It's just like in medicine. I may go to a doctor and say, I have a pain here, and the doctor may realize the problem isn't here, the problem's over here. And it's the design conversation's responsibility to diagnose, if you will.
If you try stuff, that doesn't mean spending $1 billion trying something and having that fail. You have to think cleverly and say, how can I have the first try for a $10,000 investment? And that way, if it doesn't work out so well, then that's not going to kill us. And so changing from, I have to wait and wait and wait and wait until I get it absolutely perfect and invest more and more and more time in getting it perfect, and then I'll show it to you. Mm-hmm. We want them to think, you know, I'm gonna go really early. I'm gonna say, I've just done some preliminary thinking. What do you think? Just, you can trash it if you want. Just tell me what you think, mm-hmm. and then do it over and over again. And that I think ends up feeling very liberating to these students, who many of them are highly kind of analytically trained, and they've come from a world where they've got to get the right answer.
Well, the businessman, by taking one solution and testing it, wants it to succeed. The designer, by testing a number of things, knows some will fail, so he doesn't care.
Many large companies in the world will go and recruit straight out of, Harvard Business School every year. The great companies in the world are not going and recruiting out of the great design schools.
They often just don't know what to do with designers. They don't know what to make of them. Designers often scare
Business
them.
speaks a very finite number of languages. They speak in terms of a profit and loss statement, a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flows.
And organizations have been designed for most of the 20th century to be efficiency-based machines.
You don't want to experiment. You don't want to try out new things. You want to execute on plan and on budget.
They're the kinds of people who feel that this is dangerous. I want to know the formula. Tell me the Black-Scholes option pricing formula, or tell me what are the 4 Ps or the 5 forces, and I want to do the analysis and get the right answer. And others just feel that they're freed up. They feel, oh, you mean I don't have to get the right answer right away? You mean I can dream about what might be? It feels like they're saying, you've taken my shackles off. The world is a very diverse place, and I'm happy to have that diversity.